machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.
Welcome to the Daily Debate. Today we'll be talking about Wout Faes' antics. Obviously, yesterday at the game, we won 2-1 versus Sheffield Wednesday very late on, and Wout Faes was the guy who scored the winner. We did see his celebration. Phil, obviously, we were all there. What's your kind of take on what he did? Because obviously there was a lot of controversial opinions on what he did.
Yeah, I mean, obviously at the game, we did when he came on.
Yeah,
when he came on as a sub, I mean, firstly we thought, I'm not quite sure why Akoli went off and Wout Faes came on. I'm guessing it may have been because it was a very hot day and it's the first game of the season. So I thought Sheffield Wednesday made some sensible subs, and that actually made a bit of sense to freshen it up at the back, maybe for the last 30 odd minutes or however long he came on for. But when he came on, we all looked at each other and went, "Are they booing him?" And you straight away said, "No, they're going Woot." And I'm like, But it was strange. It was hard to know. I think it was mostly people going Woot.
Well, this is why I was saying on someone else, I don't know if it was your show a few weeks back when we were talking about when we last booed or Woot him. His chant is Woot when he comes on. So you couldn't really tell what was booed.
That or not, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't realise it. I mean,
but there was a lot of, I've seen, we did a post out this morning asking fans who were there, because it was quite hard to tell what it was, whether it was booze or Woot. But apparently a lot of people saying that in the SK1 area, it was definitely booze. It wasn't Woot. But where we were sat, it sounded like a bit, maybe a mix. Maybe I thought it sounded more like Woot, but then you could, or I don't know if some people got confused and just were joining in what other people were doing and thought, well, everyone's booing, I'm going to boo, but they didn't realise what they were saying Woot. I don't know.
It's a strange one. I mean, I think what doesn't help is that at half time, which I was gobsmacked at, to be fair, and I think some Leicester fans need to have a little wobble of their heads. I don't want to moan about fans, but 45 minutes in, none of us want to be losing 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, but 45 minutes in on the first game of a 46-game season, and there was definitely booze.
There was a lot of booze.
There was a lot of booze. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Fans,
to get a little bit.
Give the guys, give the new manager, give the team, give ourselves a chance. So I was more, I'm sure we'll talk about the Wout Faes stuff, but the half-time booing, that's not either our fans saying Woot or booze. That was booing.
That was booing.
It was booing, yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's like we said, it's going to be a long season. I've been saying it to you guys in the office that our team at the moment, we've not had any signings. So that team that was playing yesterday was pretty much like the similar team we were playing last season. And last season we had a losing team. So there is a bit of loser mentality in that team. And it's going to take a couple of games for them to build their confidence up, get a couple of wins, and then they'll start going. But I think after 45 minutes, if you boo them, that's giving no one confidence. Sheffield Wednesday probably looks at it and thinks, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to build this relationship with the fans. And my first 45 minutes, they're booing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did come out stronger in the second half. We changed it.
Because you changed it.
Sheffield Wednesday probably set up to stop our attack completely anyway. Every time Mavadi or Fatawi got the ball, there was two men at least on either one of them. And we were lacking a bit in the middle, which is why Winks came in. So we did the right changes.
I mean, it
worked.
It went according to what I said in the pub beforehand, which was their fans are going to be down in the concourse. So the first 5 minutes is going to be a bit eerie, quiet. And there was some good noise from Leicester fans. We were in the safe standing for the first time. It was going nicely. But I did say in the pub, as soon as their fans come out, they're going to make a hell of a noise. And they're just there, and that was one of the loudest away ends we've seen at the King Power in a long time. And then that first 45 sort of wasn't almost that surprising that their momentum meant they scored. But I know we're talking about Wout, but the booing at half time, I just think is
no. In a
bonkers.
in a new season with the Championship, again, we know we got relegated, which was again the biggest down.
Yeah, at some point you've got to move on.
We've got to move on. We've got to look forward, and obviously with the win again, for me was a good sign as much as it was late, and as the topic is, Wout did score it. He obviously came on, and to be honest, I think overall he probably was one of our better players when he came on. I think he did well when he was at the back.
Yeah,
he was better than I think. Ockley for me was struggling.
First off, Ockley, they were on Ockley. I don't know.
Yeah,
Their players were on him really quick and putting pressure on him.
He was slipping over. He was not going in.
He was
for headers.
pressured.
He was not going in for headers or not winning headers that he should have. I think when Faze came on, I don't know if Faze, because Faze is still a decent player.
Yeah, I agree with that.
First half, I think was we
said it at half time. Exactly
we
that.
Were there going,
So
I don't know what's different.
Yeah, this is Enzo. This is rude ball all over again.
But credit to Sheffield Wednesday for changing it.
Yeah, John Towers says.
I mean, I certainly didn't hear booing when he scored.
I didn't hear.
No, I don't think you would you when you?
But I don't know when he was cupping his ears towards the Union FS SK1 area. That's where he.
Do you think that's what he was doing?
He was directing
to them. He celebrated in like the players' crowd bit, and then he left them all and started running across the goal to that area. So with his ear cut, thinking they've obviously said something to him.
I mean, that sort of celebration from a player is not that unusual, is it?
Yeah, but it was, I think his facial expression. He did a bit of a
and at the end he went like
not come on one more of like a
get off, go get lost and stuff like that.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what people put in the comments, whether they think when he came on, was it a woot or was it a boo?
Well,
because we definitely all looked at each other and went, "Are fans really booing him?"
But this is how hard the celebration and the chant that we use for him is very, very close in a way of you're saying it in the right in the way it's just the same different. Obviously,
I mean, we used to say it. We used to do it for Fuchs.
Yes, exactly.
For Huth.
Yes,
you know.
So you can't tell.
But he's obviously under pressure. He must feel under pressure if he feels like it was a boo rather than a woot. Like Jake says, does he know that fans actually that is his chant? But there was boos. But I don't know.
Obviously, Jonathan says Faze was booed when coming on. Some booed when he scored, but I think it was more ironic booing when he scored. But I think the main thing about it, as much as because we all kind of have a perception on for Faze of more. He doesn't care, or when things go wrong, he blames other people. But he scored the goal, and for me, I think again, people's perception would think he wouldn't care and he wouldn't try, but he did try and score. He got the goal, and
I think he's in the shop window a little bit as well. I think Wout Faes is probably one of the players who wants to go more than anyone. He's been wanting to go for I think a couple transfer windows now.
So he stayed last time we won the Championship. Mostly because probably nobody came in for him. So I'm, I guess we got 2 or 3 weeks left
on Twitter as well that he wants to go, and it's him staying at Leicester is out of the question. But
I mean, that armchair jockey says there he knows. He was laughing. He knew what it was. I don't know quite what.
I think people watching on TV might have probably heard it a bit clearer again because when we're in the crowd,
I don't think they'd hear it clearer.
It
doesn't come across on TV.
It's hard because again, we have perceptions on certain players. Again, there's many other players that we would say certain things about, but I think Wout coming on, probably when he first saw you, even when I saw it and I told you, I went, "Oh, Faze is coming on." You were like, "Oh, why are we doing that?" But
apart from freshly took, fresh legs.
Yes. And again, you would have thought.
I mean, it was very, very hot, so it made sense to use all your subs.
I don't think there was any bad reason for him to come on. I think again, like you said, he was just fresh legs. Like Jake said, I don't think Okoli had the best of the game, so why not switch it up? And again, I think he had a good game. But talking about his goal and whatnot, I think firstly I'll say that Sheffield Wednesday's marking on the corner was very poor.
Yeah.
Again, Foxy says here, skip was non-existent. Thomas got Meg twice in 10 seconds on route to goal.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget all this. We'll talk about. I'm doing the show live tonight at 7:30. So all these bits. There's so much to talk about from yesterday's game, including I know somebody's put a comment about Marty Cifuentes walking around at the start. We'll talk about that tonight. There's so much to talk about on tonight's show, but I guess in today's daily debate, we're just focusing on Wout Faes and what happened. And you know,
do you think it was, obviously you mentioned about the half-time stuff for the boos, but do you think it was right for him to act in his celebration how he did? Again, he scored, he got a win.
There was
a reason why he did it.
I'm not being funny. There was definitely, whether we think more fans were booing or rooting, there was definitely some fans booing.
There was fans
without a shadow of a doubt. There was some booing.
Do you think he was
So
right?
if I was a player coming on and I got booed on, then absolutely you can have two fingers up.
Well,
I'll do more than just cut my ears.
Yeah, from where we're sat, we can't see SK1 much.
No, we're at the right other end.
But it seemed like, from what I've read, that they were the ones. Well, that area was giving it like a bit of. They were definitely all booing, no woots, and they were sort of giving it to him. So I can understand if first game back he's just scored the winner and he goes, well,
now you're going to celebrate.
Two fingers up. Don't boo me because I'm still here playing and
but if you just scored you the winner, why are you booing me?
I mean, I think Dak is useless. Very, very open about that. I've never booed him. So, as much as I might say Dak is useless, if he had scored yesterday, we'll discuss that tonight. Then if he had scored, I would have cheered. But I think it's ironic that some fans will boo a player and then cheer him 20 minutes later.
I think it's a bit ironic from Faze because since he's been here, he's not been like a brilliant player. He's had a lot of bad games. He's had a lot of times where he's made mistakes or blamed others for mistakes. So I think just one goal, he can't be like, oh, shut up, I've covered my ears to you. Because he's made many, many mistakes and been part of 2 relegation squads.
But he's also, but again, we're trying to say a clean slate.
Yeah, I think
clean slate. He's come on, he's played well, he scored the winning goal. I would definitely have done what he did. I don't feel bad for it.
We said before the game that we wanted this season to be like the start of something new, a clean slate. Just forget about the past in some ways and just move on, and we'll try again this season and just freshen it up because there's been a lot of toxicity in the club. And like I say, when you boo at half time and then you boo when Faze comes on, a lot of fans need to just get it through their heads that some of these players are here and you just have to. They're wearing the shirt, and playing for the club. You've got to back them a bit.
I think there's a reasonable amount of fans who are a little bit deluded at times about Leicester and players and that. I know when I did my Hermansen video last week and said I thought 18 million quid for Hermansen was all right. I think generally I would have said there was about 70-80% of people were like, yeah, actually 18 million's all right. There's definitely a 20% minority or 30% minority of fans going, you've got to be kidding, Hermansen's worth way more than that. Yeah, he's worth 30 million, 40 million. I'm like, you're being deluded.
And it's like
fans booing the team off at half time on the first game of a new season. I think it's kind of deluded. The game's 45 minutes old. Sheffield Wednesday, read the room. Sheffield Wednesday are a team up against it. Again, I put a video out in the morning saying that it could be a banana skin because their fans, and fair play to them, their fans were brilliant yesterday. Their fans are in such a mess with that club, and their fans not only missed the, they've paid money to come down. They've stood in the concourse and not watched it, which is like, we all know you've got all the way there, and then you're going to go, I'm not going to watch it just to make a point. And then they come out and then they out-sing every Leicester fan. There's 28,000 Leicester fans or whatever in there. The Sheffield Wednesday fans out-sang us the whole match, and you can't deny that. And we had some Leicester fans booing at half-time and some definitely booing Wout Faes. They need to get a grip, some Leicester fans, and not be deluded.
Ian here, and
have a word with yourself.
This last comment before we do finish. Ian does have 2 comments here. So he says that Faze was one of our poorest performers last season and can't be expected to be loved. And then he says, after all, it's all the fans' fault again. And
I'm not saying the fans' fault.
We're not saying it's fans' fault. We're just saying that
you've got to start a new season, and
you can't always have the same perception on players. Again, Faze was one of our better players in the Championship last time.
I just don't think it's fair on the players. Like we said, we're in a season where we're a bit of make and break, where we have to go up this season. Otherwise, we are definitely in a bit of a financial state. I mean, we're already in a financial state now. So if we don't go up, we're going to be even worse one. I think we need to just back the players. We need to make some noise. I think the fact that the loudest we were yesterday is when we booed a player and we booed at half time just says something.
It's the way you celebrate after he scores.
I'm not saying it's all about the fans, but why? I mean, the King Power used to be a fortress, and now it seems that people only seem to want to use their mouth when they're booing a player. like I said, I think we just need to start in a bit of a clean slate and just, we won yesterday. It was a bit scrappy at times, but the Championship is scrappy. We don't have like £200 million squad anymore.
Yeah.
So we just need to sort of back the players and sort of go again.
I mean, Ben says that I never saw any of that, so I can't really comment on that, Ben, at all. Inside the ground, outside the ground before the game, and inside the ground, their fans were tremendous. I don't know what happened on Welford Road, but
In respect to what they did, again, they came out after 5 minutes and they even clapped us for respecting what they did. So, but then again, football is about having a bit of a joke and laugh and going at them when we've beaten 2-1 and say 1-0 up and you effed it up. So, again, it's all about the fun and games. Again, I don't think Faze was wrong in what he did. He was
just
booed.
puts his ear. A lot of players do that as a natural celebration. Like, I want to hear you cheer more. But if it was a bit of a go back at some fans who were definitely booing him when he was subbed on, I can't blame him, can you?
No, I mean, in previous years, like I said, he's been poor. And he has given it a bit to the fans, and he's not been performing and blaming other people. But I just think
he needs to do it week in, week out.
Yeah, I just think. For me, I just want us to see a start again. I'm a bit bored of the toxicity at the club.
Yeah,
I'm bored of fans saying, having the split between the fans. When it, I don't know, there's a lot of things.
The lads a bit.
There's a lot of things we can talk about. Let's just
first game booing at half time.
Watch the game. Watch the game, try and enjoy it, try and back the lads and try and get the win. That's as much as we can do as fans.
Well, we're going to have to keep all these players that are going to be used, even Faze, where he's probably not going to be as involved this season.
Well, maybe.
It might be.
Maybe back in there,
what's the point of going to the games if you're just going to boo? It's why I'll admit it on here. Last season, I missed a handful of games because the crowd is just so toxic to the point where it's like I'm just miserable sitting here watching it because the only time the crowd make noise is just to boo or to moan. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to be too blue tinted with it and say, you can only cheer and whatnot. But I think first game back, just back the lads, see what we can do. And in the end, we won. So, and credit to the manager and the coaches for making the right decisions to change it around.
No, I agree. And like I say, I think we're all in agreement that he's right to do what he did. But obviously, instead of having to do what he did, just back the boys in a way. Again, new season. You just got to hopefully.
It's a new start.
If it starts off toxic, it's just going to keep going, isn't it? So we need to just be backing them boys, and hopefully we can get the next win against Preston. Make sure to check out Phil's show tonight. Phil, you'll obviously be talking about the game and what. The post-match stuff about what's happened at the game yesterday. We saw Marty walking around the pitch as well, which was good to see from a new manager. And then obviously on Thursday you'll have the Foxes Focus show with Jono and Simon, and then we will be having a tactics talk. Me and Sam talking about the Preston game away on Friday, and then you'll be having the aftermath show as well on the Sunday after the game, which will be an aftermath show.
It will be for once, and of course tonight we're talking a little bit about Huddersfield on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup.
Yes.
So there's loads and loads and loads to talk about.
Yes, all good. No worries. And make sure to enter the competition if you haven't already by sending in your photos of you in the Leicester shirt, wherever you are, if you're abroad or just away, or even at home. Just do what you want, and then we'll pick a winner in the next few weeks to see who wins another season worth of prize. Appreciate you all coming on, and we'll catch you all on the next show.
And if I can say one more thing.
Go on.
Through the good times and the bad, we always back the lads. Practice what you preach.
Fair enough.
There you go.
The City Machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live, thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Pucker Pies, Hologram, Take Me, Newbie & Co, and the Fox's Arms.
Want to watch more content like this? Hit the like button. Give us your views. Hit subscribe to Leicester Fan TV and make sure to follow Leicester Fan TV on all socials.